welcome to my channel. Susan's Just Making It. I'm Susan. I'm here making stuff, messes, chaos, and making it through life. If you've been here before, welcome back. If this is your first time stopping by, I'm really glad you decided to stop by and check my channel out. If you like my video today, don't forget the thumbs up, everyone. And if you like my content, there's that red subscribe button down below that you can consider hitting. While you're at it, might as well hit the notification bell so you'll know every time I upload a new video. And I would really appreciate it if you leave a comment letting me know what you think of my project today. Or if you just want to say hi, I appreciate that too. So today is yet again another mini album share. This I made a while back. I've been kind of hoarding it and just admiring it and debating whether I wanted to use it or not. It's a nice little size. I'm going to go ahead and measure it real quick. It is approximately 4 3/4 by, looks like about 6 1/4, about actually it's just shy of 6 1/2. So in the spine, might as well measure that while I'm at it. Well, I've got the ruler here. Let's see, the spine is about 1.5 inches. Nice little size. I created this using a tutorial that I found on a blog online, and I do have the tutorial saved in my favorites, so I definitely will link the tutorial down below. I really enjoyed making this album. I made a similar one for my niece with some nice bright colored papers, and I do like sometimes creating the same base and just using different papers to see what different looks you can come up with the same design. This one, I made this just to use up a lot of scraps. I like using my scraps sometimes to challenge myself versus just grabbing a paper collection off the shelf. I did use the same paper for the front, the spine, and the back. I went ahead and, as you can see, I wrapped the closure around this time, and I used some cream color seam binding for a closure. It probably doesn't absolutely need it, but I like to use closures a lot on mine. It just makes it look a little nicer. This is a chipboard sticker. Let's try to see. It says home where my heart is, which I really liked. And then I just used some different flowers out of my stash. They're probably all Prima flowers. Most of mine are. So I did that, and this is another one of the chipboard stickers. It says everyday moments and then love. A nice simple little design for the cover. This is used making chipboard for the cover. I used my envelope punch board to make the pages and the tags, and I used my bind it all, which you'll see in a moment. You'll say bind it all, but it has a book cover. Wait till you see inside. So I'm going to untie it, and we're going to open it. And here's where I use my bind it all. And this has a very interesting construction. I've never seen a album constructed quite this way. Which, like I said, sometimes the tutorials look intimidating until you dive in and start doing it. It's much easier than it looks. I do like that it covers like this because I like the wire bindings because they lay flat as you look through the book, but it's not especially attractive on a shelf looking at the wire like that. So anyway, this I made a little bit of a mistake with because I didn't measure it the way I should have. I guess I wasn't paying very close attention to the measurements as I followed the tutorial, but I made it work. So I did the seam binding again for a closure, and then we just have the brads holding the seam binding. And let's see if I can get it. And actually, it's supposed to, you're supposed to have your tab here and then your tab overlapping. But like I said, I didn't measure it right, so it didn't work out the way it was supposed to, but it still works. See the tab, they're actually supposed to like fold, but I messed up the measurements. So I basically just lined it with some paper, and I put a strip here just to make it look a little bit more interesting, and then we've got the back, which would be perfect for like a nice photo. And like I said, it's supposed to flap like this, but I messed it up, so I'll tie that later. And then an inside spine, and then the book itself. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you like how it has like a solid spine and the ring binding, like how it works. This is how it works. Actually, you make your book and you bind it on your wire. And the way it fits in there, see if I can do this without ripping the whole thing apart, is this is actually, it's not even a pocket, it's more like it's like an open pocket. It's like open all the way through. And like I said, I just use scraps. I just tried to pick like my favorites out of my scrap stash, just scraps that I like that were vintagey, and just try to match them up the best I could. And it's small enough that I didn't need to cut into big pieces. I had plenty of scraps. But it fits in the little sleeve because you have a piece of chipboard here. Somehow I banged up the corner. That's your last page of your book, and then it just slides in the little pocket. And that's how you're able to have your wire binding and your solid book binding at the same time, which I think is extremely clever. I probably would have never thought anything like that up on my own, but super clever. And this wasn't part of the tutorial. I just really liked this card, so I put it like as a protective cover because I thought it was pretty. So I added that because so basically all of the pages are constructed exactly the same. It's just a matter of them having different paper, and like I said, if you do paper crafting at all, you're going to notice that this is from so many different collections. I just got the scrap bin and just picked out things that I thought were pretty. So every page has a little flap, which probably is only big enough maybe for like a wallet photo, and then maybe you could write like who it is or something down here. But this side over here is nice for a photo. Probably I would say maybe, I'm just gonna get my ruler real quick and see if it would work. Yes, it would. A 3x5. Now I know now most of your photos you get in 4x6s, like if you get them processed or if you print them out yourself. But I don't know about you, but my photo printing software on my computer does allow me to print out 3x5, so that would be a perfect size for these pages. So you've got your flap. Even if you didn't want to put a picture, it kind of on these flaps, it protects your photo a little bit. So, and then each of the pockets, they're top loading pockets, and each of them have a card in them. And I like that it has the tab so you can pull it out of the pocket easily. And I decorated each of them on the front and back, which they're nice mats. I'm not sure, maybe a 3x5 would fit on these as well, if not a smaller photo or a cropped photo. But each of them have a nice little card in there. Just trying to see if I'm getting it in the... So, and the back is designed similar, but it's not a flap, it's a pocket on the back. So, here we have the pocket, and in each pocket there's a mat. So, I'm just going to go through it real quick because they're all constructed exactly the same. It's just to show you the different papers so you can see what the whole album looks like together. And like I said, I just used scraps that I liked that were pretty to me, and I hoped that they matched as I went along. So again, here we go. This is some Tim Holtz paper. So pretty. And let's see. These are, anybody that recognizes this, you're as old as I am. This is from very early scrapbooking days. So we have the same thing here with a pocket. This is Webster's Pages. Their paper is gorgeous too. Let's see. Then over here we've got our flap again. This is I think the Primrose collection. Some Tim Holtz. Let's see. We've got this. I like this because you can write on this one if you don't want to put a photo. And the back we have our pocket again. I think this is Tim Holtz. Webster's Pages. That's Tim Holtz. Like I said, I just went through and that's pretty, that's pretty, that's pretty. Here we go with our flap again. And this is Tim Holtz too. I'm not sure what this pink is, but some stuff I can pretty much recognize, and other stuff I've had it so long I couldn't tell you if my life depended on it. It's just been kicking around. Got our pocket again. This is really pretty. I had a couple sheets of it. That's almost gone too, and it's sad. Got this. I believe this is from the Primrose collection. This is too. Again, we've got our flap. This is pretty. This is some of that Tim Holtz. Of course, I love my butterflies, so I had to like showcase that. And then here's our card. It's from the Primrose, from Die Cuts with a View. I think this is too. It's in there. Again, our pocket, Tim Holtz paper. This is really pretty, black and gray. And this is some of that really old. I think this is like Making Memories or something like that. This is old, from like 2003, 2004. Old. I think this is some of that Tim Holtz too. Our little pocket. And then I think this is the last page. We've got our flap. This is from the Mariposa stack from Die Cuts with a View. Some music paper. Another card. This is some of that old paper from years ago, but super pretty. I think this is American Crafts, I'm not sure. Like I said, some of them I can identify pretty easily, others not so much. So let's see if I can get this in the, I can't find the, I can't find the pocket. And then the back, we have our, this is some old scrapbook paper again. This is some Tim Holtz. This is Webster's Pages. Their stuff is gorgeous. If you ever get a chance to find some Webster's Pages paper, it's just beautiful. And there's some of that real old stuff. Yeah. So there it is. We've got, it's little, but there's actually a lot of room if you have the right size photos. Like I said, 3x5s, or if you crop down photos by hand or want to put some wallet photos. It's good for smaller photos, but there's a lot of room. By the time you have your front and back of your card, you have your tags up here that have room, and then you have inside here it's got room. So you've got quite a bit of room for photos. And it's a nice little size to carry or put on a shelf, or you know, something like that. And for just using scraps and such, I was thinking that that was this tie. I'll go back and tie that later. But for just using scraps and stuff, I think it turned out pretty good. It was a good way to use up small pieces of paper. Don't always want to cut into those collections. I like to keep them for something that I need the bigger sheets for. And basically it was just the chipboard, the heavyweight cardstock, the bind it all with the wires. You could use ribbon, seam binding, whatever. To close it. I mean, you don't have to, I just chose to. Couple brads here, or you could use eyelets. I just like the brads better. And then whatever you want to decorate with. It's pretty easy. If you're going to follow this tutorial, you pretty much do have to have an envelope punch board, because that makes all your tabs throughout the book for your cards and for your little folders here in your pockets. I think this is the first project I used after I got the envelope punch board, so I could learn how to use it. And like I said, the tutorial was found on a blog, and I will definitely link, not necessarily the blog, but I have a link directly to the tutorial, and I will link that for you guys, because if you have a bind it all for your wires, and if you have an envelope punch board, this is definitely a nice project to consider doing. I'm really happy with it. Like I said, the size is really nice, and as long as you can follow directions, you can pull it off. But you might want to be careful about your measurements so you don't mess up on the inside like I did. That's not a mistake with the tutorial. That's my error. So yep, that's my little mini album that I wanted to share with you guys. So make sure you leave me a comment letting me know what you think of it, and even if you don't have an opinion one way or another, I always appreciate you just saying hello. So until next time, bye everyone. Have a great day.